And we're rolling. And I'm not talking about a left-handed cigarette that you find at a Jerry Garcia festival. Hi, I'm Ron. It's Tuesday. I'm in a truck. That means it's my lunch break. Quick thoughts of today. Prophecy, visions, and the interpretation of them. So, 2 nights ago, I was praying now for the people that I communicate with on the channel. Sometimes I pray for y'all, and then sometimes I will have a vision. And what I mean by that, it is when I close my eyes, the stuff that you guys see on DMT and other hallucinogenics, I see, uh, and it's not even meditating. It's when I close my eyes, dial down, get calm. It is the presence of Jesus by his Spirit that comes upon me and in my mind and in my heart. It feels great. And when, now this doesn't happen all the time, but there are times when the stuff that, if someone takes a picture of you or you look into a light, you have that, the trace, it's because your rods and cones are getting fired and whatnot. Well, I jokingly say that God will use that as it's kind of like his Bob Ross moment, where God will, in my life, he'll use those colors and draw things. And I'm not talking about like some ill-defined object. I'm talking about, it's like looking at the 1960s comic books. They're reds, blue, greens, purples, whatever's, and really well defined, but it's just solid blocks. Kind of cool. So God will use this in my life. And a couple days ago, I was praying for one person. And so since I don't know their name, I'm like, I'll leave it out. So I saw them. Now, mind you, I thought they were a girl because that's one of their icons, the avatar. And in this vision, I saw, and this was all white light, which was kind of different. It was kind of cool. I saw a guy, tall guy, getting married, and there was this shorter girl, and it was good. And then later on in the vision, I saw the girl with the child. Now, at first, I saw the guy in the vision getting married, and then I was like, God, what's going on here? Because the person I was praying for, I thought was a girl, and I'm seeing the guy get married, and I'm not seeing the girl, and then eventually the girl shows up, and then they get married, and then the girl has a baby. So I tell this, who I thought was a girl, about this vision, and they go, hey, I'm a guy. I'm like, all right, my bad. So the interpretation of a vision, now everything I'm giving you is from a biblical perspective, and with that out the way, um, one, if I get it wrong, I'm wrong. It's more like weather forecasting. It's not like math. 2 + 2 = 4. Though there are prophecies that occur like that, where it's very well defined, and God gives you an answer, and He has declared something, and it'll come to pass. There's other times where it can be more fluid, and there's a lot of interpretation with it. And then there's other times where I'm just wrong, and that goes with learning the prophetic. Now, what I mean by prophetic is things of the Spirit, Spirit led. And, so if I get it wrong, I own it. And if I get it kind of right, I'm like, okay, I just need to understand the language of God in my life better, and to distinguish what is the enemy, because the enemy will give you stuff. And by the way I define that is if it's not of peace, love, joy, kindness, meekness, temperance, long suffering, or something hopeful. Uh, if something like that comes into my mind towards someone, I will pray the opposite. So if it's death, I'll speak life over them. If it's anger and sadness, I'll speak um, peace and joy. And then if it is peace and joy, I just declare it over them. And so that's the interpretation, knowing who you're talking to. Now, Um, what else is there? So with this person, they just informed me, like, hey, when I was texting on YouTube, they're like, hey, how did you know it was me? Well, what it is when you pray for someone or you have them close in your mind and in your heart, when something kicks in, that's kind of your indicator of, that's who you have in your heart is usually what the information is about. And and it also, there are times when God will, maybe you're not even thinking or praying for anybody, and He'll give you something, and then He will let you know. Interpretation belongs to God, and it comes from God. So you're allowed to ask. There is a book, Growing in the Prophetic by Mike Bickle. It is a great book. I'll put the link on the bottom of the page. And it gives you the proper Christian perspective of how to do this. Now, the funny thing is, in both Christian and New Age, this book's great because it talks about how to develop into proper prophecy. And if you're a Christian and you're prophesying doom and gloom, cut it out. Because prophecy is to build, to edify, and to exhort. And yeah, if you know someone's going to have something bad come at them, well, then you pray a blessing at them to get them through it, or to get them over, so it doesn't even happen. I am not a doom and gloom guy. I met Jesus high as a kite at a pot festival. I ain't high no more. Don't want to. I am fulfilled, but He met me where I was at, and it was always with love. So if you're meeting some Christian prophet who's blah, 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 flush him down the toilet. And also, if there's some New Ager saying you're cursed, you break curses with Jesus, bro. It don't cost you nothing. You can get healed for free. I'm not hating on anybody, but God operates through love. There's the law. You have the laws of attraction. Well, here's the law of Christianity. This is from the boss, Jesus. 2 sentences. Is Hear, O Israel, to listen. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You will love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Number 2 is like the first. You'll love your neighbor as yourself, and that includes your enemy. Deal with it. I know I do. Getting better. And that's when you're doing that, all prophecy, healing, and deliverance will work properly. So that's a quick overview of the interpretation and understanding of prophecy from my perspective. And I hope you found this entertaining, because it's free. If you want your money back, hit me up. All right, I'm out. Have a great week. I prophesy that the end of the video is coming soon. So like Jesus, subscribe to Him. Catch you next time.